So, hello, my friends. My name is Di-Mitrij, and today I would like to share with you, with the mixing process, the song which I mixed. This is the very well known Queen song, and this is the cover which was beautifully performed by Marc Martel, Natalia, Posnova, Steve, Maggiora, and Tony Franklin. I hope I said everyone's name right. Great musicians, uh, great performance. As soon as I saw the multi tracks in Produce Like a Pro Academy available, I just took them. I grabbed them because to make such a wonderful song, I started the mixing process not from the mixing itself. I just explored all the files and all the stems that I saw in the multi-tracks folder. So it was really interesting because it's not the way I'm thinking about the mixing. I also learn and see how runs the recording process itself. The song itself, it has only six main elements. Without the screaming guitars, without a something else that should give a lot of groove, like we a lot of synths, a lot of something really fat that usually gives the song a lot of energy. So I was first of all really surprised that there was only six elements, six building construction building elements: drums, bass, then piano, and lead vocals, then the back vocals, and sixth one, very important, the solo guitar. And the groove, I just think to myself, what a wonderful world. Um, I just thought, what makes the song so energized? The voice. Singer is like a locomotive. Singer is leading the song forwards because the energy of the song is really in the voice of the singer. And second thing, that all the instruments and all the vocals that are in the songs, they are leading forward because there is a lot of contrapunks in this dun 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 dun, because if the main rhythm goes straight forward, then we hear the piano that just gives us the contrapunct ta 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 ta. So that's why it's very important to explore each of instruments and just to catch every detail of each instrument and of each moment of the song. Um, what I've learned in the process of listening, not mixing, but in the stage of listening. And actually, here I saw that all the vocal effects, they are in separate tracks. So we have a few tracks with the with the kick. We have a few tracks with a snare. We have room mics. We have everything so that we can manipulate it because you can give different colors to every track and then blend them together so you can achieve the sound that will bring more fullness, that will bring another character. So you can change, you can play with it. It's fun. It's really brings the a lot. It gives a field of opportunities to mix song the way you feel it. And that's why that was at the same time uh, easy for me to mix this song. The second thing, most important, earlier I just tried to find the way to sound the song like a record, but now I am enjoying the process. And let's dive into the mix. So I will begin with the vocals, with the lead vocals, and with the piano. Let's listen the song from the very beginning, and actually, the effects on the vocals are already on. Let's listen to just very beginning.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world, I'll turn it inside out. Yeah, I'm floating around.
So you can hear already mixed vocals with mixed piano. We have to prepare to have much more gain of the lead vocals and in that stage when all of the instruments are coming in the game. So that's why I use in the very beginning just one track, and then later on that I use 2 more tracks. Yes, I could use the automation for just one track to get it louder when comes all of the instruments are in. Sometimes we need to change settings on each of the channels to give more clarity, just to sit perfectly in the mix, and that's it. So let's listen that again. I will switch the vocals off and then on. This is the vocal intensity processor from Harrison Mixbus, the great plugin. And then, of course, we have the EQ of the SSL EQ. This is very special, very interesting plugin. Let's talk about that. I will switch off all the other channels only, and we can hear the main vocals only. So let's play back.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world, I'll turn it inside out. Yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy.
We can immediately hear the difference in a presence of the voice. It goes just straight forward.
Tonight,
without,
I'm gonna have myself
with
a real good time.
Okay.
I feel alive.
Second thing.
And the world, I'll turn it inside out. Yeah.
The EQ.
I'm floating around in ecstasy. So
Sounds good, but this EQ just helps me in combination with the other plugins to cut the vocals through the whole mix. It sounds beautiful. And the third plugin is SDRR2 SDRR2 from the Klanghelm support plugin. Um, Difficult to describe what a combination of functions in this plugin. We can see the transient section, we can see the compression section, we can see the EQ section, but the main thing, I would say that this is one of the best exciters for me. It works like exciter on the voice. It works. I have it gives that tape sound. It gives that warmth. I'm very excuse me if somebody doesn't like that word, but I like it. It really gives the warmth, and on the high frequencies, it gives a lot of, not a lot, just this saturation that we need, also to cut the voice through the instrumental. Let's listen that with and without.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world I'll turn it inside out. Yeah, I'm floating around in ecstasy. So
let's switch one by one.
'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like letting a diver. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me.
Great.
I'm burning through the sky, yeah.
And that's
200
finished.
degrees,
Polish.
that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling.
So this is actually my very simple, in this case, vocal processing chain for this vocal. I analyze the whole song, I analyze the vocal itself, and then I decide what do I need to cut, to help the cut the vocals through the mix. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I added the Klanghelm compression on the other channels, because when there comes the whole instrumental with the drums, piano and bass, we have to have much stronger, we have to think about the level and the character of the voice. And here we are together. After the processing of the main vocals, I added all the FX, all the reverbs, and one of the FX. I just added one of my favorite reverbs and space processor. This is a baby audio, spaced out, really nice plugin. You can just make a lot of magic with it. Let's go to piano. So now let's listen just the piano. So as you can see, we have just 3 plugins. As you can see, I have the same plugins. So this is the vocal intensity processor on piano. Also, it works great. The mid range brings a lot of character to piano, and then exciter settings on piano are a little bit stronger than on the vocals. That's because because we need some more presence and some more clarity of piano in the mix. So let's just listen with and without. So that's it. So just 3 plugins on piano. Not a reverb, not no delay, no reverb. Just these 3 beautiful plugins. Let's go to drums. So let's listen to the drums and first all together and then one by one. Sounds great. Probably you can feel that that retro vibe or the tape vibe on the drums. I will show just a few plugins that I used on them. Kick. I used the MJURC Klanghelm compressor on these drums. Then I used again the Klanghelm SDRR plugin. Sounds great. Poltec that I used on the kick, and in some cases, not in some cases, in almost on every drum I used the L2 waves limiter, and then on the snare I used the SSL EQ, and on the one snare I explain why I used this beautiful Waves Kramer master tape, just because of 2 things: is the distortion, saturation, so yeah, and the delay, and it gives very, very interesting sound to the drums, to the snare actually. Let's listen just one by one. Yeah. Accidentally I didn't put on this channel L2 limiter of the waves like on the other channels, but that was not accidentally. This distortion that you hear, I actually really like it. As you can see, the channel is overloaded, but I like it. I left it. Snare bottom and snare top. can hear the roundness of the snare, and with the different settings of EQ, you can also hear here they are the same, but here are a little bit different. I gave more of the high and mid information to the snare. That's why it sounds really cool. But the next one is really special. So probably I will switch off every channel. Let's listen just to this one. It's cool. So actually, it sounds really common without a Kramer master tape. But as I remember the song, the Radio Gaga. Do you remember how it starts? It's so unique. The sound is so unique, and I decided to put on the one of the snares this beautiful plugin that gives not only punch, distortion, but gives also a little bit of slap delay. Actually, it's not a slap delay. It's 8-note delay, I would say. So let's add other instruments. Okay. Here we are. And as you can see, to give a little bit to push and to push the drums a bit forward, I gave to each of the channel the MUSICA compressor with the different settings. Some of them are with the same settings, but I gave this compression because of two things: is a flavor and the compression itself. Let's go to lead guitars. I did not much with the plugins, with the post-processing. They sounds already great, but I just felt like I would like to give them more space, also more clarity, but not to destroy the sound of the Queen character guitar. Very unique Queen sound of the solo guitars. That's the sound that is very important not to destroy while processing, actually. So that's why I gave not much, just 3 plugins. Take a look and take a listen. This is how they sound without the FX, and here in this section you can see the just printed instruments that are with FX here in the whole project. I just made it for demonstration, to not crash my CPU, just to show each instrument separate and how it sounds. So you can take a listen just one by one how it sounds already processed now.
This
let's listen them with a fix. I will add one after another, and how they will sound with the other instruments. Nice. Nice. I made 2 channels and actually panning of these guitars left and right. That's how it sounds. We can solo now the bass and listen just. Yeah. I actually used this C4 multiband compression. It gives its own character to the bass. And now you can see that I also did it 2 tracks of the bass, just to give the different flavors and to give that richness, fullness to the mix. Of course. You can hear the difference. It's also very, not very, but distorted in the way I felt like it can really not only sound great but also cut through the mix. Next one is a CMRRA True Iron, also great distortion plugin, with or without. Nice. Okay. Sounds really dirty. Why? Because it has to cut through the mix. Let's have a listen to the bass on the printed track that I created just for demonstration of the song, because of the saving the CPU patience. Okay, great. Let's jump to the last part, but not least. This is the actually the backing vocals, back vocals of the song. The same thing as with the main vocals. I added 4 plugins to each of the track of the back vocals. This is the Klanghelm, this is the SSL, this is the Dennis audio to give a little bit of the reverb. As you can see, the ducking here is not so complicated, no pre-delay, just give the direct reverb to each track. The compression in the end. Let's listen only the back vocals only. Let's listen the back vocals only without the plugins, and then one by one with. Yes, the very important things. Very important thing about the back vocals. They are the back vocals. Actually, they are also like a common accompaniment, and the back vocals, they go in together with the lead vocals. They sound together, so they make the whole picture of the song just so big, so rich, so great. And back vocals, to me, is very important. Just two things about the back vocals: is the clarity, is the character, and the panning. Just panning left and right, so that they can step forward with the lead vocals in the song. Let's listen without the plugins and with. You also see the panning, very careful, 2 tracks and more drastical. 2 other tracks, left and right. And I will add all the same effects, just switch them on. Let's listen.
Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. I don't want to stop at all.
That's how they sound with the FX. The last touch of each printed track. I would like to show you how they sound separately and then together. So let's listen these tracks one by one.
I'm having such a good.
No. Just like this. Drums. And now, ladies and gentlemen, bass comes in.
I'm a satellite, I'm out of control, I'm a sex machine ready to reload. Like an atom bomb about to roar. Oh, explode, I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, hey, hey! I like it. Have a good time, good time.
as you can see, the each instrument and each element of the song found a place in this beautiful composition, in this beautiful song called Don't Stop Me Now. That's pretty much it about my mixing process. So now you know the combination and the whole process of each instrument of the song. Thank you very much for your attention, for watching this video, and see you next time. I wish you creativity, always good mood, and bye bye. Ciao.